Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, as per my listening and speaking midterm instructed by Professor Mustafa Tekin, I wish to speak about six different topics about our environment, world, etc. Without further ado, I will start. The first one will be about Israeli and Palestinian war, which has started in 7th of October and is still going on today. And this conflict, so far, more than 30,000 people have been killed, most of them being civilians, and among these civilians, children are the most that are killed. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I think about this carnage. If you would have no problem with me putting it that way. Well, although I believe what the terrorist group Hamas did to Israeli citizens was wrong, I wholeheartedly I can wholeheartedly tell you that the Israeli response was in some instances even worse than the terrorist group did. What the terrorist group did, Israel. I mean, at the former times of the conflict, when it first began, they would usually just bomb some, symbolic buildings and call it a day. But what has been going on since 7th of October is none of it. It's not a war against terror; it's a genocide. And the worst thing about that is the international community, the United Nations. They're not doing anything about the topic, which makes what's happening in Gaza right now even sadder. And our next topic I wish to speak about with you will be the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which had started 2 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago, approximately. In 22nd of February 2022, and is still going on at today's date of 3rd of May 2024. So, before Russia rolled into Ukraine, the conflict in Ukraine had already started 10 years ago in the Donbas region, where Russian-backed separatists took control of the important cities of the Donbas region, namely Donetsk and Lugansk, and created two separate states, Donetsk People's Republic and Lugansk People's Republic, respectively. But then decided to unite in the name of the in the Federation of Novorossiya, which means New Russia in English. Since then, the conflict has not stalled even for a bit, and with the Russian uh, invasion, with Russia directly being involved into the war, it does not seem to end anytime soon. The third important topic I wish to share with you is the Myanmar civil war. Now, with all the hell breaking loose across the earth in Gaza, in Donbass, you may have overlooked the conflict in Myanmar, but it is in some instances even harsher than both Gaza and Donbass combined. So what's happening in Myanmar is the military junta, which had been ruling Myanmar since 1980s, have faced a rebellion and actually many rebellions, and they couldn't manage to suppress them. They're spread all over the country at the moment. Now you have Arakan Muslims fighting for their territory, and many other smaller clans and rebel groups fighting for their territory. So how did Myanmar came to be this way? Well, the answer is simple. The military junta, that first came to power during the 1980s, during the Cold War, They initially promised that they were going to do everything better, that there was a communism threat in the Myanmar and that they were going to eliminate it. But over time, they became corrupt, self-serving, and oppressive. I mean, more oppressive than an ordinary junta you can think of could ever be. So, what happened in the end was in 2016, there was a referendum. The people said we don't want the military in control anymore, but military, instead of uh, leaving the power, declared martial law and deemed the election results, referendum results invalid. So there was a bit of tension for the last 8 years, yeah. And finally, around 6 months ago, these tensions eventually broke into the civil war we have today. Our next topic will be about the Turkey, my home country, and its economic downfall that has been going on since 2019. So Turkey, which was once one of the most prosperous and wealthy countries of the Middle East, since 2019 is facing an economic downfall that seemingly, I mean, I'm speaking for now, has no end. The Turkish lira, which was once the soundest money currency in the Middle East, is falling drastically. So drastically that you won't believe me on this one. Even the Papua New Guinea's money currency, Hina, has surpassed it. Yeah, Papua New Guinea is people currently is richer than the Turkish people. So what must be done about this, you may ask, if we're countrymen with you. Well, let me tell you straight away. We must do something about the corruption in government. The government should cut its spending, and our people should consume local products more, so that our producers will earn more. Our penultimate topic is about the climate change. Now, you may think this is very cliche. Why are you speaking about this? We must only plant trees, close factories, or filter their chimneys. Well, yeah, what you're saying is true. That these measures you have counted can will most likely have an effect, but it's not enough. To fight climate change, I believe we must use. I mean, we must use more wind power, use more sun power, and while doing so, we must. I'm emphasizing here. We must not lose ourselves. If we use the wind power a lot, then the ecological balance that is managed by the wind will be broken. If we use the sun power a lot, then the ecological balance managed by the sun power will break. So, and the final topic I wish to share with you will be about uh, please let me check my notes for a minute. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. The conflict between China and Taiwan. So these countries, the China and Taiwan, actually are not two separate countries, but rather two separate governments. The mainland China, as it's called, is named the People's Republic of China, whereas the government in Taiwan is not their official name. Their official name is the Republic of China. Yeah. The difference is the Taiwanese government is Republican and liberal, whereas the mainland Chinese government is communist. But how did they came to be? Well, it all starts in 1920s when the Republic of China formed in 1927, if I remember correctly, by the Chiang Kai-shek. A little side note: the current government of Taiwan is the former government of China before communists took over. Parentheses of side note done. Uh, so what happened was after the republic was formed, the communists were not happy about the new republic being corrupt and being, bonded to old traditions, and so they rebelled. And with the aid of Soviet Union in 1949, they won the Civil War, and the Republic of China's government, the nationalist government or Kuomintang, whom the communists had rebelled against, fled to Thailand. Fled to Taiwan, not Thailand. Fled to Taiwan and established a new government there. Uh, when the Republic of Taiwan, Republic of China was established in Taiwan, at first the relations were bad. I mean, because the communists wanted all of China, and they even tried to invade Taiwan, but failed. Because when the Republicans, the Kuomintang government, left to Taiwan, they had brought the navy with them, and that navy protected them against the communist attacks. In 1970s, the relations became smoother. There was even a suggestion to unite two entities into one China, but eventually uh, these 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 relations fell apart. And since then, the mainland Chinese government, the People's Republic of China, has been expanding down south, trying to cut Taiwan off from the rest of the world. Taiwan, in response, developed closer relationships with anti-Chinese governments of the Far East, such as Japan, Korea, Philippines, and even United States, in order to protect itself from their mainland Chinese rivals. The conflict at the moment has no end. I mean, it does not appear to end very soon. But I believe one day, as per all the wars I've counted so far, this one will end too. Uh, I just only hope it will be for the benefit of the people. Thank you for listening. I would be very, very appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoyed this content, please do drop a like so I'll continue to make these. Have a nice day.